It's kind
She can't breathe. Girl, take off the high neck.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Tea Time and Wanissa. Today we're here playing a very fun and intense game. It's the truth. This might get a little spicy. And we're gonna be kind of discussing relationships once again, but making it a lot more personal. So we've decided to write each other questions that we have not shared with each other, and they're in this fancy boat. So we're gonna pick it out and ask each other these questions. Let's get started. Alright, who's starting us off? I see AB already, so I can't even go to that.
Birmingham, bro.
Sana!
Okay, you looked and picked my name. You're not supposed to look.
I didn't
like
even
this.
look. I didn't
I
even
saw you
look.
said I saw AB.
Then
Yeah,
how did you
it's
see
me.
AB? I saw AB. It was
Put
over
it
there.
back.
No way. And plus, I wrote this one.
Oh.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
Already you're sorry? I'm scared. Why are you sorry?
Okay, so based on conversations that you guys aren't privy to necessarily, Sana has proclaimed some things. So my question is, what made you decide to take a break from relationships, and what have you learned through this process?
You really
Wait,
know
what
my
did you
business out
proclaim?
there.
What did you proclaim? What was it?
I mean, I guess I've said it directly and indirectly that I just haven't been interested.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I said, what made you?
What made you take breaks?
Yeah, what made you decide to take a break from relationships? Let's start there.
Okay. I think personally for me, I just don't feel like I'm emotionally available right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm so preoccupied in this season of my life with my own personal growth and with accomplishing a big dream of mine, one particular big dream of mine. And it's taken up so much of my mental, emotional energy that I don't feel like I'm in a space where I would be ready to give what I need to give in a relationship. But it's very easy for me to say, oh, I'm taking a break when no one that I think is interesting enough has come my way, right?
Very true.
But that does take a good level of self-awareness for you to know that your plate is kind of full right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like definitely my plate is full, and I think I want to make sure that I'm good, because even in this season of personal development, I've come face to face with things that I want to work on, specifically like who I am in a partnership and how I can be a better partner. And once I feel like I mean, there's no moment, I don't think, where I'm going to be like, yeah, now I'm going to be the right partner.
Yeah.
It depends on sometimes like outside circumstances as well, but I don't think I'm in that space right now. I'm going in order.
Okay.
They're not cheat like her.
I'm not looking. Oh, this is for me. This is for me, okay.
Maybe cheat a little.
Oh, this is for Sana. Oh my god.
You could have just asked me that.
Okay, this is
wham
for
bam in a row.
That's too easy.
Oh, this is one that I wrote. What facets of some of the relationships around you do you admire?
Oh, that's cute.
It's not personal, so she's gonna answer this.
let's
I
go.
threw in a light one in there.
That's cute. Facets of relationships that I admire. Well, I'm not gonna name names, but I think they'll know who I'm kind of talking about. I love the growth that I've seen in a couple that like got married really, really young. The way that they've grown up together and like really are taking care of each other, and like, I don't know, growing together always seems scary to me, and the way that they've done it is so beautiful, so that I definitely admire. I think having strong communication is something that I admire in my parents, and I've seen that like happen IRL almost. Like they weren't talking the way that they talk now, like at the beginning of their relationship. So mashallah, I've learned so much from that, and learned how much it actually impacts your relationship, and how like you grow into your love more, your friendship more. Like they became better communicators with us because they were talking better, And so that's something that I definitely admire from them, and knowing how hard that is, I admire it even more. I love seeing like especially men in our community support their wives' careers. I think that's very powerful, and kind of being like, I'm gonna take the reins on like our household while you pursue your career. I think that's something I admire. So those are just a few. So alhamdulillah, I think I see a lot of beauty in relationships, even though I see a lot of struggle too. So it is a blessing to see that some people are really living out their lives well together. So that's inspiring.
This is a good one. Well, this is for me. Who's AB?
Abroad.
Who's it gonna be?
I don't know. Okay. What self-trust lesson is taking you the hardest to learn? Did I ask this question correctly?
See, it starts off light, and then you get into it.
It's just rude.
It's not rude. It's a great question.
I got comfortable, and now I'm tense.
It's a false sense of security. You be really win easily.
Wow.
Exactly.
Okay, can you hit it to me one more time?
Yeah, I feel like I can read that one to you. What self-trust lesson is taking you the hardest to learn?
For the longest, yeah.
Self-trust. First of all, self-trust is a
Yes,
process.
yeah.
It's
A never-ending process.
Yeah. The hardest to learn, I guess it's kind of like trusting that my dreams aren't too big, you know, and like being able to really lean into that, because that literally, I'm still like, I can't say I've learned it, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But like, I was talking to a friend earlier, and I was like, yeah, in 2 years I'm gonna be there. She said, why are you saying 2 years? Like, why not in 6 months? Why not in a year, you know? So it's taking me a long time to learn to like get out of my comfort zone and pursue things and not be afraid of my dreams being too big and happening now.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have to like create all of these, that's like obstacles almost, but also like buffers to getting where you want to be. So I think that's something that I'm learning to trust myself in.
Wow. That is
Y'all are
great.
rude. Y'all are
Wow.
mean. This was my family. My blood did this. My blood.
Okay, after a whole season of talking about love, vulnerability, look how hard it is still for us to answer these questions. It's not easy.
I don't know.
We're learning in real time, actually.
Literally. What is your biggest fear in a relationship?
Point blank, period. Full of stop. I'm gonna stop saying period and just start saying full of stop.
My biggest fear in a relationship. Growing apart.
Oh!
Because it's like you
cry.
It's like the emotions are there, everything is there, but it just feels like the universe is pulling you apart. Like, it's just like,
I miss you.
no, it's like you really love this person, but they got this great opportunity somewhere else, and you got this great opportunity.
Can't you make it work?
Sometimes you can make it work, but sometimes it's hard.
What's she gonna do, divorce him?
I'm kidding.
Honestly, I feel like
It's
that.
halal.
I feel like that's one thing, but also say like you're moving on in your journey and like your career path. Not even
The
career,
idea-
but like internal.
Yeah.
Internally, you're doing the work to be better, to do better, but they're just not there yet.
If someone lacks effort, that is big. Like, if I feel like I'm putting in the work and putting in the effort, and I'm like, I love you, but you're just not. But that is part again of growing apart. Like, it's
That's
like
a
you
good
really
one.
want to make it work, but it's just
Yeah.
sometimes it's out of your hands.
Go ahead.
And
Learning
you guys
and
need,
reflecting.
yeah, we need y'all to be reflective too.
That better be front fast.
Yup.
Yes.
No, y'all can skip me. It's
Uh-huh.
okay. It's okay.
If you had to pick a trait to to build an ideal man, what would they be?
Is this a question I asked?
I think so.
A girl has 5 traits.
I didn't even see the 5.
Yeah. If you had to pick 5 traits to build an ideal man, what would they be?
What?
Hmm.
5 traits. I think I asked a similar question.
You know what inspired that question?
What?
Russell and Sierra,
Mm.
they openly said that, well, at least Russell Wilson said he picked 5 really important things that he wanted in a wife, and Sierra checked off all of them. Not that they're like really relationship goals, but the number
I
of
love
cute.
that.
No,
I
they're
love
cute.
that.
I have it written down in a journal somewhere. Can I phone a friend? Can I look at my journal?
No, that's not that memory, girl.
Okay, 5 traits. Kindness, compassion / understanding, faith, like really believing that like God got you, whatever happens is like for good, and like just being able to ride the wave with faith in your heart, spontaneity, and how do I just choose one? There's so many. So I said kindness, compassion / understanding, faith, spontaneity, and communication. Oh my god, I can't deal with people that don't know how to communicate. There's like subcategories for each of those, but I think those are like the most important ones.
Okay. Those are the ideal traits for your man.
Top.
I'm gonna remember that and take notes.
If you see yourself in any of these traits, please comment down below.
Please comment down. Please enter her DM at what's your Instagram again?
Don't worry about it.
Unfalls.
Don't worry about it.
ANFALLS.
Oh my god. Moving on. So no.
I don't like you guys. I already feel like the questions y'all pick for me are ugly.
What is the hardest lesson you've had to learn in a relationship?
It's casual. It's casual.
Girl, take off the high neck. Loosen up the high neck.
Like I said, it's a game until you get played. Until you get played.
I can't breathe. What's the hardest lesson I learned in a relationship?
Yeah.
Woo! Funny, actually, because you just talked about your 5 traits. The hardest lesson I learned in a relationship is that checking off the boxes just really isn't it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not it.
Mm-hmm.
I think for a really long time, I believed that I was looking for very specific and particular things. And once I found them in a person, I thought that then it should just work.
Yeah.
You know, like, why wouldn't it?
There's the X factor.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into building a relationship with somebody that, you know, obviously there are non-negotiable traits that I'm looking for and things that I feel like are ideal for me.
Yeah.
But I just think that that's just not enough. There's like certain level of respect and love and admiration that's really, really important in the relationship as well. I mean, it's great if you check off my boxes, that's amazing. Obviously, I'm looking for specific things, but at the same time, it's not the end all be all. So, and Fred, what aspect of love do you feel is the hardest to achieve? Y'all are asking the hardest.
Huh? Say that again.
What aspect of love do you feel is the hardest to achieve?
All of it. What am I supposed to say to that?
I said aspect.
Okay, what would you say the aspects of love are?
I asked.
No, that's for you to figure
What
it out.
what is the hardest aspect of love to achieve? What is it?
But what are the aspects?
A lot. Trust, compromise, discipline, communication. There's so many different things. I hate the word. I'm so tired of it.
Here we go again. Vulnerability. Anyway.
This is annoying.
Cut! By the way, Mona helped me write that one, and I love her. I love her.
Mona,
Shout out to
Mona, we
Mona.
gonna talk after
Shout
that.
out to Mona.
We gonna go have a conversation.
I love you so much.
I love you
We
so
gonna
much.
have a conversation.
Yeah, I might have cheated. I phoned a friend.
You were prepared. I like that.
Aside for me personally, setting aside pride. That's a hard one.
Let me tell you.
Not that.
That one is hard, and it comes with the vulnerability. I feel like for me as in Fad, like vulnerability and pride are
They
kind of
are
tied
very
together.
much attached because it's ego as well.
Yeah.
And
Dang.
yeah,
Dang, that's.
no, that
Yeah,
one's
that's
hard.
It's
true.
hard.
Abroad,
Here we go again.
do you believe in? Huh?
Is this something I wrote?
No, it's me. Your handwriting is bad, but no, it's me.
Why you gotta call me out like that? Huh? They can't see what my handwriting looks like.
It's bad. Do you believe
I was
in?
meant to be a doctor. Okay?
It's true.
That's true.
No, actually, never. Ew.
Do you believe in true love? Do you believe that in true love? What? Okay, let me rephrase the question. Do you believe in that with true love in a relationship, the situation could recover from anything? Like, if true love exists in the relationship, could that relationship recover from anything?
No.
She said N-O. Tell me why.
Yeah.
No, I think you can still love that person, but if they go outside of the boundaries that you guys have set up in your relationship, there is a flaw there, and especially with like hard things like losing trust, losing faith in each other, things like that. I think although the love might be there, it's not enough to sustain the relationship in my eyes. Like personally, I think like if we decided together, and this is kind of like, how everybody has to come up with their own things in relationships, but things that are important to me are like trust and communication and respect. If we come up with these boundaries together on what works and you go outside of those boundaries, I don't think love is the problem there. I think you're losing so much more than that, and I don't think that you can recover from that.
Something that I've read is love is unconditional, but relationships are not unconditional. Like relationships have boundaries because it's you building what you're willing to live within. Mm-hmm. Even if you're no longer with that person because someone has left those boundaries, you could still love them. That love is unconditional, but that relationship does have its boundaries.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people in love that are not together.
Yeah.
They're not in relationships now. And it may be because trust was betrayed or whatever. It's sad.
It is.
Or life just moves you in different directions.
Like,
Sometimes
I don't think like one thing can happen and you're like done, no love cut off. But I think you can decide I can't be with you anymore because of this, that, and the other.
Okay. I know this question's for me already because the camera cut off.
Yes. What does the road to forgiveness look like for you?
And go.
Okay, so again, I'm thinking about forgiveness if somebody really, really hurt me.
Yeah.
Right? Not just some foo-foo shit. If you really, really hurt me, I need to feel safe to talk about my feelings, and I need to feel like you're listening when I'm telling you, right?
Yeah.
So that the other person is receiving what I'm saying with intent and care. It's not just like me telling you. If it becomes a combative, defensive conversation, then I shut down, right? So we definitely need to talk openly, honestly, and feel like I'm cared for in that space. I need my space.
Yeah.
Literally afterwards, like I need some time to myself to think about the conversation, to think about what that pain is, like what really triggered me to feel that hurt. Like, was it solely the person and their actions? Is it something that I have to work on as well? Like, I have to definitely go into an introspective space and try and figure that out. And then a plan, like to move forward, like how can we prevent this? How can we be better at, resolving the situation should it come up again? or avoiding the situation completely. So,
But then if that person's really, really wronged you, right, and you've moved through all of those steps, how do you know within yourself that you have actually forgiven?
it's consistency is a huge thing. Like if someone has wronged me and I feel cared for and we talked about it and all of these things that I just said, and throughout time they've consistently like taken action to make sure to not harm me in that same way again.
Yeah.
And I've also reflected and taken personal responsibility for whatever it is that could have triggered me and any of these things, like work through that, then I have to let go. I have to let go because then I don't hold us back. Like if holding on to something like that is only a burden to me. And I'm also really the type of person that's like, when I'm holding on to negative emotions, it weighs very heavily on me, and I can't hide it. Yeah. Fred, how has your concept of love evolved throughout the years?
That's a good question.
Good job. Was that gonna help you?
Oh.
How's my
We only have
concept
2
of
questions.
love? So again, I kept hearing that. I thought it was the camera cutting off. How's my concept evolved? Okay. I've definitely broken it down recently into like what specific like facets of love like I think are important, I think need to be worked on, this and that. I think like before I very much fell into the Hollywood concept of love, in which is like, oh, here I got it. I used to think love to a certain level is a form of possession. Like, I am yours and you are mine, and like you live for this person and you have to make them happy and they have to make you happy, and it's very much like codependent and we are each other's. I didn't live it, but I thought it, like literally maybe 6-7 years ago, where I was like, that's love. Yeah, but like I really bought into it as like, this person belongs to you, you belong to them, and all of that. But now I very much like, I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's the way to like sustain a life. I think where I'm at now, right now, I think that like true beautiful love is being able to support each other, understand each other, have faith and trust in each other, be each other's like best friend and partner, but also like allow each other the space to like deal with what you have to deal with, do what you have to do, and not really that like control aspect or like all of that. I very much believe now that you need different spheres in your life. Your partner cannot be your whole life. Like it's not healthy.
Yeah,
like nobody can be your whole life. You really have to be your own number one, and then they need to be the best number two they can be, and you need to be the best number two for them you can be. But you can't like think that it's your job to make them happy. It's their job to make you happy, and everything you do is for them and everything that they do is for you. No, that's not life. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been really fun, just answering questions and getting to know each other on another level. We really hope you have enjoyed this season where we have opened up ourselves, talked to incredible people like Mikkel and Joelle, and our friends, and gotten some of their insights. And please give us your feedback. Let us know what you really connected with, what was hard to face, what was hard to admit, and what really inspired you to move forward.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Bye.